Charlotte Rampling now lives in Paris, where a total ban is not yet in effect. Often compared to iconic smoking legend Lauren Bacall, she's wistful about her first smoking experience.
I remember my first cigarette or cigarettes very well, because I'd stolen some Rothmans of my parents down in the living room, and I was 15 at the time, and I took them up to my bedroom and I smoked them one after the other, and I felt just amazing. I guess, you know, I had a real kind of high, like I was smoking some kind of dangerous substance. Perhaps it was, but certainly it had a huge impact.
There's the kind of act of smoking itself. It's like a kind of more aesthetic version of eating. It's as if you ate food, masticated it, chewed it up, and then somehow blew it into the air, and it assumed all these fantastic shapes.
There are so many elements that have made it sexy in the past. There's the movies. There's the whole business of posing and gesture and fashion, which makes young people feel, if they're insecure, that they too can have a little stroke of glamour in their lives. So all these different influences converge on making a cigarette enormously desirable.
With the cigarette was de rigueur for the iconic stars of the silver screen, who made smoking attractive to an impressionable audience. It was perhaps the most fatal celebrity endorsement of all time, as by the 1950s, the cigarette was well on its way to becoming the most successful consumer product of the 20th century.
Charleston was once the rage, History has banned that stage,
With all, in fact, the screen gods and goddesses, I don't think they'd ever be without a cigarette.
Film classic To Have and Have Not depicts the first meeting of Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, igniting the greatest screen romance of the 20th century.
Anybody got a match?
When you see the films of the 40s, 50s, there is an added dimension that appears because of the people smoking.
Thanks.
What she did in her films with Humphrey Bogart was the absolute cool.
The films where you have those very powerful, glamorous women, the world of Lauren Bacall and the slow drags she would take. Undoubtedly, cigarettes were linked to that appeal. And I can't say I didn't practice. I mean, you do try as a teenager to pull it off.
I'd better go.